Marty that I was telling you about the move to.
Now we're filming.
I'll talk about that one again.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I'll just tell them what happened. The camera messed up, so we're starting over.
Yep. And this is Chad, Powers BMX Museum. Shad from Goods BMX.
And Snakebite.
Snakebite. Yeah, check out Snakebite. Buy your stuff from Goods BMX too.
We just went through and looked at my first photo in a magazine. I signed it, but I'll just show it to you guys again real quick.
Yeah.
I'll just show it to you guys so everybody can see my sloppy signature. But it'll probably take me an hour, just like the last time. Where is the con?
Yeah, we told us the whole story about all this stuff in this magazine too. We totally blew it.
It's okay.
But it's cool.
It's okay. So there.
But yeah.
Cool day. Went down with all my buddies down there. My buddy Bruce Chrisman won the amateur contest, got his first photo. And then I got my first photo, except I'm unknown. Mark didn't know my name, but I appreciate Mark taking that photo. And I'm pretty psyched on that ice grind for back in the day. So.
What about Dave Smith?
Dave Smith, Dave Smith's awesome.
Yeah. Have you talked to him at all? Like
I met Dave Smith twice. I'm not like, I don't think Dave Smith would remember me.
Yeah.
The first time I met him was at the 96 Worlds.
Okay.
He was just there, and we were Americans, so we were like, hi. At the 96 Worlds, I just hung out with my buddies, and then that's where I met Dave Norrie, and Dave and I became good friends, and Ruben Castillo was super cool to me at that contest. And then the next time I saw Dave Smith was before the 98 X Games, and I was eating Del Taco, and him and Keith Trainer were having an argument, and I was sitting between them, and I was very scared.
That's awesome.
But
that's cool.
Dave Smith,
he came to my little town when I was growing up too.
Oh, nice.
A little Hoffman air show or whatever it's called. Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
He has like so many video parts, so he's definitely one of the. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's cool.
I see you have a jam from one of our old jams up on the wall.
Yeah, is that from the SOS Classics? Yeah,
that was us.
Okay, I bought a couple things from Greg, and he just included that.
So we used to do that Pacific Park.
Okay.
We did a bunch of T-shirts of those.
Cool.
And it's kind of funny. Greg's got like this It's very true nowadays. Look, everybody's just sitting around looking at their phone instead of riding.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's a vintage show we used to do called.
Okay.
SOS Classics. Some old shit.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so.
That's cool.
So, I see you have a rally.
Yeah.
So remember my buddy Marty I was telling you about earlier that moved to Nebraska? He rode for rally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I found him a pink one.
Yeah.
Complete and gave it to him.
Dang. A scrapper just came in, a month ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And I gave him $20 for it.
Yeah, it just needs some tough wheels and you could get her back together. But that's some Pacific Northwest.
That's cool.
Yeah, that would have been out of SBS.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my buddy Marty was like their vert dude back in the day. So there's some videos of him riding on YouTube. Some old NAFA contests from the Northwest of him riding one of those. So
dang, that's sick.
So yeah, I saw that. I mean, most people wouldn't care about that, but
yeah,
me being from the Pacific Northwest and having a friend that rode for them, I'm always like, that's cool.
Yeah.
So
I haven't decided if I want to get rid of it or put it back together. I'll probably put it back together.
I mean,
so it's
this era of bikes,
we have a couple more weird ones over there.
Yeah, the '80s bikes that are almost more like they're like the candy bikes, like the M&M bikes. Like I just call them that because they're. I mean, even my first freestyle bike, I had a Sterling, which is about the same level as this. Yeah. You know, where GT, Haro, they're all like A level. Then you got like CW and stuff. They're like B. These were all the C level bikes, but they still did the job.
Yeah, better than department store bikes.
Yeah, they were better than department store bike. They still probably would have came with Skyways.
Yeah.
Came with an ACS rotor. This has got like the precursor to 990s on it. But the forks on this thing, you could sneeze and they would just go. I do know that for a fact. Yeah. So, but these bikes did the job, and they're just. They're not quite like with the GTs and the Haros, but a lot of dudes got this style of bike, and it got a lot of dudes into riding back then. So, I like it.
That's sick.
I like it. So, what else we got here?
Yeah. So we got so it's kind of Freestyle on one side, a little bit more race
Why don't
on
we
the
do
other.
race first?
Okay.
I'm more of a freestyle guy, but I do level. I mean, I'm looking at this Dan Gurney. This is awesome. I like all old bikes, but I'm definitely more knowledgeable with freestyle stuff.
Yeah.
So, what do we got up here? What do we got? We got some mongooses, a hutch. I like those. Those ladder bars.
We went through and numbered them all for you.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of so tomorrow. I'm like, okay, like
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, I feel like everything will roll fine. DB. I just saw a goose framed the other day. This is just a Californian.
M1, F1.
Oh, okay.
M1,
It's like the lower one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a cool color. Kind of like
Creamsicle.
cream. Yeah. I've never seen that color. That's kind of cool. It's a freeform. Dyno VFR. I want to say I heard it from John Paul that this is the best-selling BMX bike ever.
Oh, really? Just the VFR or?
Well, they did the VFR. What was the other three letters?
Like NSX.
I think the VFR, they started VFRs in '89, I believe, and they ran VFRs till like '96, and then they changed the name something. But I think they literally just sold these bikes hand over fist.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to say these bikes were like $189 at the time, and you could get into this bike, you could go ride dirt jumps, you could go ride the racetrack, you could go ride some ramps. I know a lot of dudes that the VFRs. You always talk about different generations.
Yeah.
So this would have been like the generation after me, and so many dudes I know are like, "Oh, I had a VFR. I love it." Like people love these bikes.
Yeah.
Even though they're a cheap bike,
Yeah.
But they were still quality. You were still getting like decent one-piece cranks.
Yeah. This was the first bike we had donated here at the new spot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've heard this is the best-selling BMX bike.
Really?
Well. It could have changed by now, but I doubt it because the numbers in the early 90s were crazy. You got a Bully Hot Rod.
Yep.
These are awesome. My buddy used to ride an orange one.
We have an orange one in the back.
Do you?
Yep.
Yeah, and they kind of just ride like a Holmes.
Yeah.
But this was, what was the distro? It was like, who took them over from RL? That distro in Florida.
Was it Custom Cycles?
It was Custom Cycles. This is probably the last good Bully.
Yeah.
Hot Rod's probably, what is this, like 90?
Might be
95.
Might be earlier than that, but 94, 95.
Oh, I'm passing that. I do like the Garcia brothers. But we're gonna pass. A lot of people like these. I do like the forks.
Mark was just here from TNT.
Did TNT do these forks too?
In-house? Yeah.
These are very reminiscent to the Homeless and kind of Wilkerson Airlines bends.
Yeah.
From the early 90s. I know dudes that love that bike. I just never was a super fan, but I do love the Garcia brothers. They made them look nice. So
there it is. Don't pass it up. We were talking about that earlier.
Hold on. We were talking about this bike?
Uh-huh.
What, a Titan?
No.
Which bike is it?
The Roost.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see the little things. It is a Roost. Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
I've only seen one other one in real life, so you got a thug mag on it too. Damn. This is like the cheaper spin, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that was the heavy duty one.
Oh, it's the heavy. It's like the street.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You have a Roost all the way out here.
And then I got that and the bike next to it at the same time from the same person.
And what's this?
Cardboard Lord.
Oh, wow.
Frame fork bars and stuff.
And that's from England?
I don't think. Were they from England?
I don't know much about. I mean, somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, Shad doesn't know shit."
You're out of here.
Yeah. I could be wrong. Somebody's gonna call me out.
Yeah.
But see, I like this TNT.
That's a Brackens.
Oh, it is a Brackens.
Yeah.
Oh, I could tell from the back.
The
Have you ever
TNT
met
stickers.
Tommy Brackens?
I have not.
The nicest human.
Really?
The nicest. I met him last year. He came in the shop. What a nice dude.
Yeah.
The human dragster. Got that elf double cross.
Yeah.
My buddy Tyler rode for elf when he was like 6 and 7.
Yeah. apparently this like purple color is super, super rare.
I'm sure people love it. Yeah, I'm sure people love it. People like, when we were talking about bikes that in certain areas, there was a lot of elves in the Northwest.
Yeah.
Back in the early '90s. So.
And then this one was my first bike.
And this is a
95 GT Pro Series.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is an awesome bike.
Yeah. I raced it at an old school race and still got smoked.
So is this your bike?
Uh-huh.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
My buddy, who actually, right after he had his Bully hot rod, he was a freestyle guy. He got into racing.
Yeah.
This dude, Jim Barnes. He got a GT box series the first year they did the aluminum ones, but he still would ride freestyle on it. And he learned flip fakies on an 8-foot half pipe with that GT box series.
Wow.
We don't have enough. It's like one of the only times we didn't have footage. The bike was so long, so it was an indoor, it was a weird spot. There was an indoor 8-foot half that we'd all ride. The ceiling was probably about, I know, John Bristol would do like 7-foot airs and be pretty close.
Yeah.
So maybe the ceiling was 10. But with that long bike.
Long bike.
So my buddy Jimmy does, first time lands, doesn't pull the rollback. Second time, his back tire hits the ceiling and it just drops because that bike was so big.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Trail Boss.
Yeah, these were my bikes.
And then,
Yep.
We can't forget the little dude bikes.
Yeah.
You got the Mantis.
This one is one of my favorites just because of the muffler welded head tube back on.
I gave Gary at BMX Museum. I gave him a profile. What's the old profile race frame? Not
the Shelby or the Champ.
It was a Champ.
Yeah.
But somebody had just beaten in a 1 1/8 headset cup to where the cups, the head tube is just flared.
Whoa.
But you look at the rest of the bike, and before they did that frame was such good shape.
Why can't I get this headset in?
Yeah, they were just destroying it. So what's funny about Hawks? Do you have a 20-inch one?
I do.
Too? So when we all saw when I saw Hawks in magazines, you thought it was the most space age, crazy looking bike, and then you see them in real life, and it literally looks like somebody built it in a barn.
Yeah.
Like it looks like they're taking the tubing and hacksaw cutting it, trying to bend stuff.
Have you seen this?
I haven't seen this one.
You know what that is though? Have you seen that before?
The Jayhawk?
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's that guy from Hawk. I forget his name.
Yeah.
This was his new company.
No, thank you.
Yeah, and it's pop riveted.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but I remember when seeing a Hawk in real life was like finding out Santa Claus wasn't real.
Yeah,
because you were like, this is the most space age tech, and then you see it and you're like, this looks so squirrely.
Yeah.
So, we got a Mad Dog. Is this actually a Mad Dog?
Yep.
Kind of looks long for some reason. Nice.
Yeah, I bought this off the BMX Museum, I don't know, 2007, I think.
Was it just
like that?
Just like this?
Yeah, I didn't do anything to it.
Got these double A's on here.
Yep. So I've been thinking about wanting to put, better bars on it, better tires on it.
What bars are on that?
Newer slams.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think with a bike like this, I would.
Yeah.
I would put. I'm sure you get some I mean, these tires could be awesome on a bike from that era.
Yeah.
These are cool tires.
Yeah.
But I feel like since the rarity of this, I would.
I feel like this dude had this bike, and then, I don't know, 99, it's like, I'm going to update it.
Yeah.
And then, so that's where my head is at with it.
No, I've seen a bunch of dudes like that.
Yeah.
You could tell they had a bike. They didn't ride forever. They went back, and they're like, I need bigger bars or something, you know. So, but that's awesome. And is this an 89 or is it a 90?
An 89, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
See, my 89 doesn't have that head tube sticker, and it bums me out, so I peeled it off. And do you know if this is a... So this is a GT one, I believe.
I'm pretty sure,
Yeah. Because I think by the brake... I think it's the brake bridge and the bottom bracket is how you tell. Because I think 89 was half... Chris will probably correct me. I think it was like half Rev Core, half GT.
Yeah.
So...
And then the pre-Widowmaker.
Yeah. Just that SM Cruiser.
Yep.
I haven't seen it in blue. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
what seat post is on that?
A Brand X titanium one.
Whoa.
Yeah, a laid back one.
I had a titanium.
It says Steve Veltman on it or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, like I guess it's his signature seat post.
You know what's? Did that thing just turn off again? I heard a little bubble noise.
That was your phone?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't ever these. You know these are like the horror ripoff graphics, but I don't ever remember seeing these in the wild that much.
Yeah.
So, what pad is this? Just a crazy zero?
Yeah.
Wow. And then a Murray Stay Homes.
Yep.
You could look at it and it would break.
I'm surprised they're not broken.
Oh, that is Murray Stay too.
Yep.
This one's awesome. Yeah, my buddy rode a Murray Stay forever, and he just had bubble gum welds just all up there. So, I mean, you could look at those cranks and they might break.
Yeah, right?
So.
I'm surprised they're just not falling down.
And then we have this is 91?
Might be 92.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is, so my buddy Andy just rebuilt his. We did a video on it, on snakebite. He had a photo of it, him on it in like 91. And then he gave the bike to a friend and then found out he had it and blah, blah, blah. So he re-stickered it. But the stickers came with the 8-ball sticker.
On the front?
Yeah.
Huh. I'm sure they like...
I mean
if it's original, it probably didn't matter. They just put stickers on.
And this is a 93 Challenger?
Yep.
Yep.
Your favorite pedals?
Oh, these are good. These are good.
The Peregrines.
Are the... Oh, no. They're double pinch. Oh, I'm gonna go home now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home.
So this one, I was looking for a platform dirt bike forever. Years.
This is hurting my
soul.
soul.
And then I found this one, and the down tube was dangling.
Yeah.
It
was broken.
It was broken.
This one was.
Yeah. So I got it, and then I sent it to Pedal Driven Dave, from the dude to Pedal Driven Dave, so I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
And Dave put a new down tube in it.
Oh,
fixed
wow.
it.
Yeah.
I have the original down tube still. And then within that 2 months that Dave had it, I found a chrome one.
So I had a purple one. In 96, I had a 2-hip stout boy. I went to Germany and Europe and rode it. And obviously it was too small for me.
Yeah.
Not that this isn't tiny also. Came back, my buddy that rode flat, he was riding one of these. He wanted to trade me. And I'd rode a dirt bike before, and I was like, hell yeah. And it's got a platform, me being a freestyle guy. Traded him. I love this bike so much, but they don't have the gusset. I don't know if that really makes it stronger or not.
Yeah.
But I ripped the damn head tube straight off this thing. I rode it for about a year.
So this was one of the very few ones that was repainted here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
So you would want a purple one just like that?
I mean, a purple one... If somebody was like, here's a platform dirt bike, I'm not going to...
Not going to complain?
Argue. So
you hear that out there?
So so the stickers on these, didn't they come with the little sayings too?
Yep.
And I think
there's one right here.
Okay, yeah, and I think one of them said in Spanish. So one day I was sitting down. I just got done riding. I lived in Eugene, Oregon at the time, and I was sitting down at this little Mexican place eating a burrito.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of construction workers, and my bike's just leaning up, and they all start looking at my bike, and they're laughing and looking at me, and I'm like, and he's like, "Do you know what that says?" And I'm like, I don't. And I believe my sticker said, "I love your mother's milk."
Yeah.
And they were like...
Yeah, remember Muller was talking about this.
Yeah. So they were like, "Why does it say I love your mother's milk?" I'm like, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
He said that they put 4 different sayings on
so I think mine said, "I love your mother's milk."
That's so funny.
So it's pretty funny. So, yeah, I love that's kind of that's kind of one of my... I mean, I have a lot of my Grail bikes or whatever. But that's kind of... I would love that to fall in my hands, or a homeless Soul Bro or a Mac.
Yeah.
This is kind of, I think, Chris biting back at James Shepard, because, the homeless Mac and the homeless Mac XL look like dirt bikes and homes. And then they did the Ruben Castillo, the Soul Bro.
Well, wasn't really the only difference between this and the homeless was the coaster brake tab was on the seat stay and one was on the chain stay?
It might have been. I think they might have been made in the same factory.
Yeah.
The Soul Bro was definitely different, But I think that's why these came out purple with the Cholo graphics.
Yeah.
I mean, it seemed like to me at the time to bite back at James.
It probably was.
You know,
probably
so
was 100%.
because the Solbro looks like this with that style of platform, that CW, I think that's like a CW style platform.
Yeah.
So,
what is it, the California Freestyler or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, a bunch of people have done that type of platform, but yeah, I like that. Was this a 97?
I think.
Yeah.
Probably around there.
This one. Yeah, this one. I had one of the last just dirt bikes. Like that photo I got. Yeah. That was like a gunmetal gray one that had like the dirt bike in the Thrasher font.
Okay.
And then it had that like lowrider like stream.
Is that it? Yeah.
Mine was a gunmetal gray one, and it had like the dirt bike and Thrasher right there. So that was like the last. That was the last dirt bike I ever rode.
Nice.
So, you got a call girl in here?
We have two of them down here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we have a nice call girl frame, and then a thrashed call girl.
Yeah.
This is the one Curtis
I
rode
think, and here's the thing, I'm a big Sean Butler fan.
Yeah.
I love Sean. I think that's the nastiest S&M ever made.
Like sick nasty or
No.
ugliest?
Ugly.
Yes.
They're like a weird Schwinn.
Yeah.
Weird, and the geometry, they're so little, especially for that time.
Yeah.
You know, because they were like more, I think, dirt bike size, you know. But I love Butler, but those bikes they're crazy. They are wild. Yeah, you got a lot of S&Ms.
Yeah. I'm not sure what this one is. I think it's a fit.
Oh, an early fit?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like it. Do you have any of the first gen fits where the ones that broke? So the first ones, before they got welded up there on the side, went straight into the back, and there was like a run, and they'd all crack there.
Yeah.
So if you get a fit and they don't weld up on the side, those are, I think, the first batch.
Okay.
So as far as my brain works, I mean, here's the thing. There's way bigger nerds than me, so somebody might correct me.
Yeah.
And you can correct me. I'm not right. I'm not right on everything.
Neither of us know it all, but maybe between the two of us,
this one's got
we know a lot.
These are gay bars?
I think so.
Yeah.
They look short, yeah.
A bunch of my buddies rode those back in the day on their 20s.
For whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah. It's funny how, like, the Fit TR, like this bike, what, is this like 2012?
Probably.
Like, you look at it now and it does feel vintage. It feels older, you know, like, which is kind of crazy. Okay, what do you think the rarest fit is?
The rarest fit?
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know.
I think it's the Brian Foster race bike.
I was just going to say.
The Brian Foster. Have you seen one ever?
I don't think I have.
I haven't either. But I know they made them.
I know I've seen them before.
If anybody has a Brian Foster race bike, send us a photo.
We need two of them, actually. Send them both in.
I don't need one. I'd like to see one.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's, if you're collecting fit stuff.
Yeah.
It's the only race bike they did. It was like Brian's last year racing, I think.
I wouldn't be able to think of anything else.
Yeah. So I think I don't even think a lot of people even know that bike exists. Yeah. You know? So. What do we got here? Oh. It's funny how so many dudes sweat this bike.
It's so bad.
It's so bad, but what is that, a 97?
Yeah.
So many dudes sweat the Aftershock, which is like, if you're thinking about racing, it's the most worthless frame.
Yeah. I heard a story that they made 300 of these, and then they brought them into the States, and nobody bought them, so somebody in Canada bought all 300 of them.
Well, I remember seeing the frame, maybe it's just the frames, the frame forks.
Like
Dan's was always blowing them out.
Yeah.
I think if you look at old Dan's catalogs, they always have Aftershocks, and it was like $80.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm sure that's crooked.
Yep.
I'm sure that's crooked. What is this? Oh, power light. All right. Ooh, this Murray's sick.
Isn't that sick?
This Murray is sick. Is this...
Like, it kind of hurts to be like, this Murray is cool. But
I had a Murray with a drum break when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah?
That was pretty sick. Is this a 86?
I would guess mid-80s, yeah.
What's this, Kia?
I have no clue.
Oh, you got those bars.
It's a new Hutch.
Yeah.
And another cool old 24-inch Murray.
That Murray's sick,
Yeah.
too. Yeah. It's short. It's little, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is cool, though. I mean, the Murrays,
they hold a special spot in
They have
BMX.
a vibe.
Yeah.
I'm not going to... Is this a... Wow.
Huffy Super Thunder? Ever seen one of those?
No.
A 26-inch one? Yeah, me either.
That's crazy.
It's the only one on the museum website, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, we were talking about it.
Yep.
The balanced Super Bees. People love the balanced Super Bees.
Yeah, they still have a good
I
following.
mean, I think it's the coloring. I always thought they looked kind of, like I was saying earlier, they look rinky-dink to me.
Yeah.
But people like them. I mean, they had 2 good pros on the team.
And then what was the other one that was like almost the same? The Park Pre?
Oh, yeah, the Park Pre's, yeah.
I don't have any of those.
Wow.
Yeah, not missing much.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. My old... So this rig... Let's pull that.
Yeah, pull it out. Let's hear it.
So this was Justin Inman's T1 progression before he got unfit. Robbie flowed him like a T1.
Yeah.
So he rode... Now, it didn't look like this. It looks a little different than... Well, let me start over. So he got this from Robbie. He rode this. This is the bike he rode in Blueprint.
Okay.
So if you watch Blueprint, there's a lot of clips of him. Most of them are on this bike.
Okay.
There are some on a red S&M Homes.
Yeah.
He had a photo in Ride at Lincoln City Skate Park. It's all foggy in the background. It's a double page spread. And he's foofing this, like, kind of looks like a sub box out of a cement bowl.
Okay.
That's on this frame.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I had this in my shop forever, and I kind of was building it up like more of a Robbie Morales looking bike, because it was.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking like, oh, it's Justin's bike. I need to build it up like Jay had it, because Jay's my buddy, and this is like I haven't had this bike for.
I've had it for a while.
I think I haven't had it for 15 years.
Yeah.
So if you look at it, it's got mustache. Does it still have mustache bars? Yeah.
Yep.
Mustache bars. Yeah. I feel like maybe they were that skinny. But I was kind of building up like how Robbie had his setup.
Okay.
You know, just doing that. And then I sold it to Bobby, who worked at Full Factory. And is that where you got it from?
Yep.
So, yeah, this was Justin Inman's bike before he got unfit. And then I believe this is a first-gen one, right? So this is a...
I would assume, yeah, I think so.
So this is a 97.
I think so.
Because these came out before barcodes.
Yeah.
The progressions made it out before barcodes. I believe this is a 97. So this is probably the first batch of terrible ones that ever came out. So nice bike. I think you could still make some biscuits with this thing. Yeah. So, we look at me. I was thinking back then, we even got 4-hole tenderizers on it, man. You know I don't skimp. I don't skimp.
My buddy Donnie rode this in a mid-school Monday video that we did.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it looks like you need to just throw a cable on this thing.
Yeah.
Someone needs to foo-foo it.
James. James will do it.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I was excited to see that bike again.
And I think the one beside it is something you had too.
Oh, I think that is.
Yep.
Where did that one come from?
That one came from Matt.
Oh, I did get, yeah.
Yep.
So that one, that's that 20 and a half, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that came out of Washington. A friend of mine found it, sold it to me. I'm not really a mid-school guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, this one, somehow I was like, come on home.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that because it's my,
It's
Justin's.
your buddy, yeah.
But the Garrett, I mean, I love Garrett Burns. But it doesn't really speak to me. I knew somebody else would love that bike way more than me. People love the Garrett, what do they call them?
Yeah.
Garrett codes?
The Garrett codes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They love them. I mean, they're a cool bike for the time. But that era doesn't really speak to me.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a buddy's bike or, if it was Garrett's bike, then you'd be like, well, maybe it does speak to me.
we missed this whole side.
Oh, we can go through it. I don't care. I mean, I am like a half a country away, so like a full country away, basically.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
What do we got here?
There's the speed series we were just talking about.
Oh yeah, backflip fakie right there. We got a Hoffman egg. Don't look at that crooked. Don't look at that crooked.
I would almost bet this is probably one of the most rare Hoffmans.
Did they all broke? My buddy Austin McCabe, he rode for metal towards the end. His brother and him both had footage, like some bone death videos. They grew up with Dean Dickinson.
Yeah.
I think he still has his Hoffman
Really?
egg. Yeah.
Cool.
The graphics are really cool on it.
Yeah.
And you know what I love? And I wish Hoffman, I mean, we all wish a lot of companies. I love the Bomberman.
Yeah.
I love the little Bomberman. I don't know why. I just love the Bomberman, but the egg graphics, they're cool.
And this is one of Chad's prototypes.
Oh, nice. So was that made overseas or was that made in the States?
I think this one was made by Brew.
Okay, because it looks kind of, you look at the back end and you can tell it's a little different.
Yeah.
So, and then you've got a Taiwan one, and this is a flash.
Yep.
And then you do have a rigid.
Yep.
Oh. So what? I know we're two of like the 11 rigid. How many rigids were?
I don't think there was more than 20.
I know they did a fair amount of flatland ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have that one. I know I don't ever throw my buddy's name out there that's got it. Some people know, but he gets people hound him.
Yeah.
Which there's people going to be watching like I hound him. I mean, I would hound him too if I wanted it. You know.
People hound me all the time too. Yep.
The bike kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Have you put a back tire in it?
Yeah.
It is so skinny in the back. You have to run. Yours might be wider than his. My homie that's got one, I think he has to run a 175 in the back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is...
The guy I got this one from said that it was the Rasta color when he got it.
Oh, wow.
And then he stripped it. Yeah. But, I mean, there's nothing in it that tells me that it was.
Yeah, I mean...
So, either he stripped it very well or...
And what forks are on that?
They're rigid forks.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they did forks.
Wes Huddleston, I don't know if you know him, but he sent me those forks years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
It almost looks like the brake mounts are too high.
It does.
It looks like they're too high.
Yeah.
That's weird. All right, what else we got? We got another flash. Ooh, I'm gonna pass on that guy. You need one of those Bruce Crispin signature Diamondbacks.
That'd be cool.
I got a couple in my basement.
Yeah.
But they're Ben Ward's. We have the sample one, the solid made.
Oh, cool.
Diamondback.
Yeah.
So, what else we got here?
This is Wiz's bike.
Oh, his Eastern?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
And then, why am I spacing on the kid's name? Will Stroud?
Yeah, Will Stroud.
This is his brother's bike.
Oh, yeah. His brother was really good.
Yeah.
His brother rode for Mosh.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's a weird stem to have on there.
Yeah. I think when I got it, I think it was missing bars or something. Okay. It was missing one thing.
And this looks like it was somebody's bike. I think it's just cool because it's got a voice sticker on it.
Yeah. Do you know what voice is?
It's voice. I thought it was voices.
No.
Oh, I thought it was the video.
Oh, no. Oh. Voice was a BMX company from Virginia. They made sprockets.
Oh, see, I thought it was voices, the video.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a Larry Bird. How often does Matt bother you about this? Or does Matt have one? Does he need a jailbird?
I think he needs a jailbird.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And another Jim Selinsky. Where were we going, Danny? We were about to leave for a trip or something.
State race.
And some guy pulled up in the parking lot at 8 o'clock in the morning. I have this bike for sale. And he pulls that out. And I was like, well, man, like we're about to leave. Like all I have, I think, what did I give, 120 bucks or something? Yeah. I was like, man, all I have is 120 bucks.
So is this a cassette tape one too, as far as you can tell?
What?
The
Larry Bird, sorry.
You bought that for that much?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I only have like 120 bucks. Like this is all I have.
I mean, people the Larry Birds, I feel like those are the most collectible. Those are the kinks people want the most.
Yep. And then
Yeah, you got this. Do you have a Phantom Lord?
Right here.
Oh, yeah. Phantom Lords are very underrated. That's an awesome bike.
All three of those are NOS.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got I know. Yeah. I know. Oh, no, you got a Homeless?
Yep.
Porn star? Oh, I've never seen that on it. That's aftermarket. I think somebody...
It's the exact H. Like, they would have had to copy it.
I wonder if it's the punch out of the back that they just welded on.
That would be cool.
I had a Mac from this era.
Yeah.
That I really liked. And my buddy Riley, who works at the Emerald Valley BMX track, he wrote a Porn Star.
Cool.
So, is your Kink Fiend, which it's weird you don't see him pop up. Is that the 79 head tube?
Yeah.
You got a 79 head tube one? Nice. That's the thing. The rarest Kink Fiends, if people don't know, they did a whole batch that came with 79-degree head tube angles, and you will get some toe overlap on that. There was a kid up by us that had one, and I think a lot of people just threw them away.
Yeah. It was a complete accident, and then King just kept selling them and didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But have you ridden it?
I have. It's
crazy.
So bad.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
This one
but
kid.
But now dudes are riding with like the 10-degree offset forks or whatever. Kind of feels the same.
I remember this one kid. He was from Salem. He had this. He used to ride like Lou and Lee Racich and stuff back in the Blueprint days. And I remember him always trying to ride vert with us on this bike. And I was just like, and we all knew it was messed up, but it's not like he had a ton of money to buy a new frame. So I felt bad for him. So what's this one?
A Chris Doyle
frame
that he rode in a Domino's commercial or a Papa John's commercial.
Oh, Papa John's.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw that. We've got a Worms frame. That's cool.
Yeah, it's like a $300 head tube.
Is it Worms from here?
He was here for a while.
Okay.
Yep.
Where's he at now?
I don't know.
He always was. Oh, hold on. I see a heavy as fuck.
Uh-oh.
Next to this guy. I like these. I always make a joke that they should repop the heavy as fuck, and like dudes like me would buy it nowadays, you know, but make it a little more modern and have Greg Higgins do the graphics, but instead it just saying heavy as fuck. It says I am heavy as fuck because everybody that would be buying it is a big boy now.
That's good.
So we got that guy. I had a bunch of buddies that rode these.
Yeah.
And I never really was into it. And then Jason came to the shop and put his together. And Jason and I, like when we build bikes, our brains click the same. When he put his together, I was like, oh, maybe I really do. Because I've had a couple of them and I've let him go.
Yeah.
And I was looking at his and we got here's the thing. The graphics make that bike work so much more than without graphics.
Yeah.
I sweated trainers so hard at this time. And I remember being at the 95 Marina Valley, and he had, I'm assuming it was his prototype, but it was all raw.
Yeah.
And I think there's a BMX Plus with a bike check of it. I remember looking at it, and I'm like, tell my buddy, I'd be so into that bike if it just didn't have the pierced head tube.
Yeah.
And I still think this would be an awesome looking. It'd be like a beefed up Challenger almost, But Jason put that one together, and I was kind of like, man, this is kind of nice. Ooh, if that was black, I'd be trying to get it off you. That
Mach 1.
So if anybody has that year Mach 1 in black, I don't care the condition, just as long as it has stickers. One of my best friends, this dude Eric, the electrician, he rode one of those in 90. I think that's 89 graphic. It might be 90.
Yeah.
And he had it set up for freestyle, and I want to rebuild his bike for him. I have some photos of him riding flatland on it. I have a couple videos of us. There's some really old ones on the Snakebite channel of us riding street in like the early 90s. And he rode one of those, and he rode freestyle on it. So if anybody has that in black, please holler at me. I mean, I think people like them, but it's not like
super desirable.
But I need it to have the graphics because I'm not going to be able to.
There's going to be a whole list of bikes that we need after this video.
Yeah, but I saw that just makes me happy seeing it.
Yeah.
He had like a double XL DK stem that he broke, and then he made Frankenstein bolt clamps on it. So I'm going to try to do everything he had on it.
Okay.
He was the first dude I saw try handrail in 91 on that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
And he had GT screw-on pegs with extra pipes put over them to make them bigger, and then crimped around the GT screw-on pegs to make them like that big.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it was like just this.
I have a handful of homemade pegs.
Oh,
I love them. A
couple of my bikes I have to make homemade pegs for, to make them the way I picture them in my head.
That's so sick.
But yeah, that so if anybody has one in black.
Yeah, here's the.
Oh yep. We sold a few of those.
Yep.
I know I've sold a few of those. I'd kill to have an original.
Me too.
Yep. I'd kill you if you had one. These were always fun.
Yeah, the twin top tubes.
Yeah, I think they did pretty good. I think they sold a lot of those.
Yeah.
And the cruisers are cool on that too. What else we got? What else? What is this like? Is that? Let me see. Is that a Federal or a barcode?
Neither.
What is it?
A king.
Oh, it is a king.
Yep.
I like kings. A bunch of my buddies had those. I sweated Stuart Kings so hard.
Yeah. Supposedly it's one of Stauffer's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I just found one a few years ago. It was complete, and it had frame, fork, and stem, and I sold it to poor boy Steve.
Okay.
I was like, should I keep it? I was about to keep it, and then Steve said he didn't have one, and he was part of that company.
Yeah.
And Steve does so much. He's
so cool.
Yeah. So Steve has it now.
He designed a shirt for us too.
He designed a shirt for me too, and then I haven't got it printed. Well, it has so many colors. It was just
it's expensive.
And so I'm ordering a T-shirt press. So
nice.
And I'm just gonna do it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kings are awesome. Stuart King is awesome.
This is Brad Sims's Bulldog.
That's
talking
awesome.
about Brad earlier, and then Mike Brennan's prototype Warrior.
Oh yeah,
And I don't know if you know Adam and Garrett Ginch.
I know who they are. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Adam's Bone Death.
Oh, nice. Then you have a NOS Bulldog.
Yep.
Which is actually pretty dope looking. And then this is a Reuben. No, that's a Garrett.
Yep, and I think it's actually.
Hold on? Is this a Morse code?
I don't think it's a Morse.
You know what the Morse code is?
What is it? When I actually wrote this one down. A Garrett Burns owned SFA donated to the museum and trade for credit. Oh, cool. So I remember that. All right.
So there's a whole run of Garretts. If you really want to get T1.
Yeah.
So Solid did a run of Garretts.
I definitely remember. Yeah. I know people saying
but
Morse
they didn't
code.
Get released. Joe didn't. Wasn't psyched on them.
Yeah.
So they had the T1 badge here, and they welded or did something where they put solid birds over it.
Huh. Okay.
So it's called the Morse code.
Yeah.
There's a very small run of them. I mean, there's a lot of, well, at least out by us, there's a lot of people. Solids are very collectible now, and that's probably because it went out with some solid stickers and stuff, and it's called the Morse code.
Huh. Okay.
And those are very hard to find.
Wow.
So
all right.
if you find one, it's got a little more bigger tubies. It's earlier than that. So yeah.
I didn't write down the person's name that donated that, but I wrote. I guess they gave me that frame in trade for a helmet for Tim Barry's daughter.
Okay.
Which, if you know Richmond Punk or whatever, is the singer of Avail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was never super into Avail, but I know who they are.
It's kind of cool.
What else we got here? Now we're getting back to some old guys.
Some oldies. Here you go.
Oh. How big is that?
It's pretty big.
It's a cyclocraft, right?
No.
Hold on, what is it? Hold on.
You know what this is.
It's a Titan.
No.
No, what is it? What am I?
It's a Blocks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that thing. I didn't even think that existed.
Yeah.
I mean, I was close with this.
You were. Yeah. It was made by Cyclocraft. Definitely made by Cyclocraft.
I mean, I wouldn't even guess that because there's like
14 of them.
I think Stu has one.
Yeah. I think they made 50 in total.
I mean, I wouldn't even guess that because it's so far off
far,
my rate.
yeah.
I mean, wow.
And these are block forks too.
How big is that frame though for the time?
It's big, yeah.
I mean, he's an enormous dude.
Yeah.
If you see the butcher.
And this is number 6.
Block Bikes was going to be. It's Rich Bartlett, the butcher. He was like racer, but he was kind of one of the OG dirt jumper guys. Yeah. He'd ride street contests, and this was like Cyclecraft being like, it was kind of like the S&M to Credence thing, but way back in the day. But they really, I mean, he kind of just disappeared after that. He used to get tons of coverage. Wow. Yeah. And that's from out this way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the dude had it was from Winchester, Virginia. And he, Rich called me not too long ago and ordered some spokes. And I was like, yo, man, you got a second? I was like, I have number 006 blocks. And he was like, oh, that was blah, blah, blah's blocks. And it's green, red, yellow. It went to whatever, I forget the dude's name, in Virginia. He's like, that's cool that it ended up there. I'm like, how do you know that just from the serial number?
I mean, Jim Melton from JMC, before he passed away, could
do that same thing.
I think so. I mean, I sent him a serial number, and he sent me this whole thing. Like, that's cool. It was very detailed. I was like, oh gosh.
Apparently, he still has the original stickers somewhere in a book in his house, like
that's
just folded in.
That's rare.
Yeah.
So wow. All right. So this thing, I've been talking. There's been some.
Look at how terrible the back end and everything is on that.
This bike, I want one of these right now.
Do you?
So we've been having chats on our live feed on Snakebite, and I want to do like an Eddie Roman tribute bike.
Okay.
He's rode a bunch of frames, but the grossest one he rode was this Schwinn.
Yeah.
And
I'll send you one. I have 3 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
He ran full coaster brake on it, the big knobbies.
Really?
And then I want to make. I'm going to probably have to reach out to him. I want to make one of the OG sprocket pockets, like the one that's clamped on both sides with all the rivets.
Oh, okay.
So I want to do that. So, yeah.
Yeah. There was a bike shop in Pittsburgh called Kranix, and they did a lot with Schwinn, where they would buy their out-of-date warranty stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And I went there, and I found 5 of them. They're all brand new.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just been wanting to do... Because Eddie Roman, I mean, he's been kind of popping up, but lately, but he doesn't get as much,
cover and
just for what he's given to freestyle. A being so iconic, and just one of the creators of street riding to his videos, and we all people still sit around and quote all of his videos that came out 30 years ago. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I won't deny one. So. You got that beautiful bike there.
Yep. Slowly finding all the parts for it. It'll probably never happen, but we'll see.
I mean, yeah, before the GTs went crazy.
Yeah.
So 2 things. My favorite GT, I had it a year ago, 86 World Tour or Pro Performer in Maui Blue. My stepbrother had that bike. I wanted it. I found one on the road.
Yeah.
A friend of mine found one on the road with a free sign.
Wow.
I have pictures of it. I put it together. It was my pride and joy.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've always sold bikes when animals get sick.
Mm-hmm.
So I sold it to a friend. I can buy it back, but I sold it to him for a lot.
Yeah.
So one day I'm just going to have to be like... But he has my bike.
Yeah. So it's safe.
But I sold every performer before that, because I've had a bunch of them, Pro Performers, because I wanted the Maui Blue one. Josh White's from Oregon. Josh White rode a Maui Blue one a bunch. But I had a purple 87 that this dude wheeled in. Yeah. This bike, though, looked like he put it in a closet the whole time.
Yeah.
And I have a small BMX shop. We always need money. And I was like, this isn't the Maui Blue. It's going down the road. I sold it for $800, which I was like, cool.
And
then the next year, bam! Like, that bike would have been worth like so much. I like the RevCore.
Yeah.
I don't think RevCores get enough love. I mean, C-Dub, RevCore, you know what you need?
Yeah.
If anybody out there has got a CW, what is it, the Bone Daddy, the Bone Shaker?
Oh, yeah, the Bone Shaker.
They're low-end free.
Yeah.
For some reason, I always wanted that bike when I was a kid. I would love, and you never see them, so if somebody's got one, let us know. But I think the RevCores and CWs
awesome.
Don't get enough love.
Yeah, here's your your lavender purple performer right here. Oof. And then Maui blue.
Oh, and you got Rockville stickers on it.
Yeah, this one, do you know Matt Samsky? You might have seen some videos and not known it. He does some crazy hop on to a chain.
Okay.
And hops off, crazy things like that. He has like co-deal with Mirrored or whatever.
Okay.
But he found that in a basement.
Oh, the Rockville stickers. I mean, this right there to me is the perfect bike.
With the original Rockville stickers.
Yeah. When dudes get bikes like these and strip them down, it happens to the GTs and dynos a lot.
Yeah.
And those Rockville stickers, I mean, dude, those Rockville stickers, Spike Jones could have handed that dude those Rockville stickers. Yeah. For that bike. I mean, it's...
Or put it in his order when he mailed a check-in.
Yeah. Those things. The swivel bike. But the Rockville stickers make that bike...
Yeah, that bike is so awesome.
Oh, so this is my... So mine, the one I had was a World Tour.
Yeah.
I don't know the difference. I've asked Josh White. I've asked everybody. I think it was just a...
I think it was just a sticker.
Just a sticker.
And then they put mine's whatever a World parts Tour.
On it. Mine had a fork stander, and it had stickers like that on it, like extra GT stickers. Yeah. But the cool thing about the one that I got is the platform and where the fork standers and frame standers were, all the paint was rubbed off.
Oh,
so you could tell this dude
kid was riding it.
But the thing, it was missing the frame stander, so I was always looking for some.
Yeah.
One day, I'm hoping I can get that bike back. I mean, bless my buddy who's a crazy GT guy.
Yeah.
For buying it and helping me with my little dude. I mean, I've had issues with a couple animals, you know, because all of a sudden all my animals got old at once.
Yeah.
But that right there to like little 10-year-old me was everything.
Dream bike, yeah.
Yeah. Was everything. We got a street beat. Speaking of Eddie Roman. Oh, you got the wind styler too.
Yeah, here. I'll cut this down and send it to you.
Okay. I mean, if you're cool with that, I don't want to be that, you know.
You can be that guy.
Always tell people.
I don't always do that.
I always tell people though, like, I don't want to be the dude to take your bike from you. Yeah. You know, like.
Yeah. But we have I mean, there's that one, and then we have one hanging on the wall right there, a smoked chrome one.
Yeah. No, this.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make it exactly Eddie's bike.
Yeah.
But like, I have a bike that I feel like is kind of an homage to Brad Blanchard and Pete Augustin. It's an RL20B, but I've set it up like Mission Hills Dirt Bros looking. Yeah. But it was my best friend in high school's bike, and he's passed away. So I was like, but we were always psyched on the Dirt Bros, so I built it up.
Cool.
And I actually hadn't seen that bike when I graduated. I hadn't seen it probably since '92. And a dude I rode with was like, hey, I was going through my barn, and I found your buddy. Cool. I found Raymond's old RL20B.
Yeah.
And so in like 2018, I was reunited with that bike after he was gone.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to get this thing together,
cool.
you know.
Yeah.
So what do we got? Ooh. Oh man.
Oh man.
Man. I don't want to pass the Haros not giving me some money. So what do we got? We got what's this 85s or with the Anlun pegs, or these 85s?
I think the chrome one is late 84.
And they go up to 85 or 80.
And then
no, I think it goes to 86, and then 87 are the wraparounds.
Like that, yep.
Well, no, and then they have the wraparound ones.
And then the second gen one.
I'm not a super Haro guy, but ooh. I don't even want to touch that bike. It's too damn expensive.
Like I got a call from a dude, and he was right down the road.
Still got the Bob Haro sticker on the chainstay.
Yeah. I don't know, 8 minutes away, 12 minutes away. And he said, hey, man, I got a Haro Freestyler for sale. And I said, well, just send me a quick photo. And he sent me a photo, and I was like, I'll be right there. And I get there, and on the phone...
Is this a Spider-Man?
A Spider-Man horn. And then I'm like, how much you want for it? He's like, I don't know, $200. So I was like, all right, I'll be right there. And then when I get there, he's like, I really want 3. And I was like, all right. And then I look over, and there's like a crappy little 16-inch bike there, and it had those Haro pads on that 16-inch bike. And I was like, can I take that bike too then? And then he was like, yeah. So I got the original pads.
That doesn't happen where I live anymore, because everybody's like,
Yeah, which when he sent me that photo, and I was like, I'll be right there before
Yeah. No, I've done that where I've dropped everything.
I was like, Danny, I gotta go.
He's gone.
No, I've done that where I've sprinted out of the shop. Like, sprinted.
Yep,
like,
that's me.
Walk the door. I'm gone.
Yep.
I have to get there before some other. It's not even usually BMX dude. It's just like a vintage reseller. You know.
Yep. Here's your talking about crazy bikes.
How's the bushings on that one?
They're all right.
There's a dude by me
It's
that's got one. Those were made here on the East Coast, right?
They're made in Michigan.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I guess that's not really the East Coast.
No, not to us. Maybe to you.
No, it's not to me either.
But this is supposed to be. This is the third one he ever made.
Okay.
And I got it from Gordo, the owner of Slingshot
See,
Bikes.
this is the bike where you're like, okay, we need to find a fork.
I need to find a fork. Yep.
Yeah.
But every 6 inch.
Everything else looks good on it.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to get some better bars on it. It was a little bit too new for it, but
They are too new. But I was gonna say Boss bars are nice.
Boss bars are cool, but I would if anybody has a 6 inch steer tube fork, or that's not $800.
Yeah. Got the Race Inks. Worst riding bikes ever.
Yeah.
We had a customer bring in a red one like this. It was all how he had it set up in '79.
Cool.
And he did the thing where, well, I got it together so my son could go ride it.
Yeah.
His son's 14, took it to the skate park. He raised the seat up and then broke
the top of it off.
Broke the top of it off. He's lucky because I know an old racer who's a hot rod guy, and we had him put in a whole new seat tube and re-anodize the frame.
Oh, wow.
For him.
Okay.
And I that's why I tell people, I go, if you have an old BMX bike, your son does not want to ride it.
Yeah.
It's old. He does not care.
Yep.
And especially like on a bike from 79. I mean, they did these, 78 to 81?
81, yeah.
Like, you break the forks. They don't understand how much.
Yeah, we get that a lot too, where dads will come in. I just want to fix this old bike for my son. And I'm like, it doesn't ride like you remember.
You're like, here, take this kink for your son.
Yeah.
I will take this.
Yep, we do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got some generals. Oh, damn. I did like those Predator graphics.
Yeah, those ones are cool.
These ones I remember seeing more. I think this is 87, and I feel like that's 88. And then in 89, they did the Predator with the platform. They actually had this like kind of crazy like bike for that era.
Yeah.
You don't see them too often, but it was actually pretty cool.
Yeah. This one even has that roller.
Yeah. Oh, I had one.
I just seat or whatever.
I had that. I got that seat to do spastic seat grinders. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I thought I was Diz Hicks. Oh, you got a Wilkerson.
There it is. It needs some love too, but it's here.
Oh, I love me a Wilkerson.
And it's got the bars and forks and everything.
Yeah, you got the San Quentin bars.
Yep.
You got RX.
Can you explain to me why the fork pegs were 2 inches below the axle?
A lot of forks. I mean, even if you look
curves?
at first gen homeless forks, a lot of forks back then, dudes just like the Botima style fork.
Yeah.
You gotta look at like the first S&M fork. It's slightly Botima style. Doing all the tricks and stuff like on grinding, that was just coming out, and you gotta think it's Wilkerson. He's thinking bigger and broader.
Yeah.
I think Ron just liked the look of a Botima fork.
Okay.
This was his baby, his company. After Haro.
Yeah. And
he did that. And Peg Bosses, these are second gen forks because they actually have the like welded in boss.
Uh-huh.
The first ones were just a hole.
Okay.
I learned handrails with my pegs there.
No way.
Downstairs.
Yeah.
What was cool about those is you could Smith grind curbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty crazy, but they're not as crazy as the Odyssey. What are they? The Liberty
No, these
pegs?
are the Haro. Were these called the rail pegs or something?
Yeah, I mean,
but I had the Liberty pegs were the ones that like flare down.
Which one would you rather have? Your peg down here,
or a peg like that?
Right, you know. But is that the yellow? I mean, so this to me right here, this is like the start of mid school.
Yeah.
The yellow Blammo, Dave Mira, 1995,
okay. Yeah.
X Games. You know, when I first met Rich Hirsch, he had a Blammo.
Yeah.
And that was actually a really good bike.
For the time. Yeah, it was awesome.
The Miras kind of changed, but I feel like the Blammos, I kind of like the Blammos more than the Mira. And yeah, it's a dope bike. Not as dope as the Wilkerson. Look, trying to impersonate it with the Elvis head tube sticker, but it is
Look at
not,
that.
it's not DJ Larry Lar. Elvis is not DJ Larry Lar. I'll tell you that.
That's awesome.
So, all right, what do we got? We got some back trails.
Yep.
I used to sell the shit out of these in
Yep.
like 2099 at Copeland Sports. Every kid would get a back trail.
Oh, yeah.
Every kid.
I worked at A1 Cycling, and we sold the crap out of Haros,
Yeah.
too.
Well, I mean, and then I remember while I worked there, Fit started.
Yeah.
And so you're like, oh, we have another complete brand, you know?
Yep.
We got some, this is a nice dyno comp. And I like that it's just, I mean.
It's there.
Yeah.
We didn't do nothing to it.
Yeah. I mean,
well, obviously, we don't really do much to any
it
bike.
would be nice if the rims were still white, but this, I mean, if you were a kid, that bike is a 93, 92?
Probably. 92, 93-ish, yeah.
I think it's 93. But you would have been so hyped getting that thing, dude.
You would have been the coolest kid on the block.
Yeah, and you really could get into riding, you know? I mean, we just cleaned up a green one of these
Okay.
For a customer. But the purple, and these bikes are kind of almost weird and worthless in a weird way because the dropouts are so sharp if you think about putting pegs on them. But if you're a kid and you got that, I mean, you're hyped.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, the GT really had it all in their hands for a while, you know?
They did. And then blew it when they came out with the NSX.
Well, I mean, that bike's there for a reason. But
yeah.
Yeah. We got Miras.
Yep.
Miras.
Did you ever get on a Gary Fisher BMX bike?
I mean, kids. So back in the early 2000s, well, that's more late 90s, I think.
Yeah.
I felt bad for kids because, like, when I was younger, you'd get a GT or a Haro or even like a CW or even a Rally, and you show up to ride Flatland or you show up at somebody's ramp, your bike still looks like everybody else's bike. If you wanted to ride between 1995, because these were a little bit earlier, like that dyno, that still looked like a cool freestyle bike.
Yeah.
But like from like 95 to about 99, 2000.
These big companies were.
Yeah, so this is mountain biking taken from BMX.
Yep.
Before they figured out they could just steal from BMX with DJs when they were just trying to do it with this.
Yeah.
But you'd show up on that bike at the skate park and everybody knew you were a beginner.
Yeah.
And that bike was too much for like a 12-year-old kid.
Yep.
And that's the thing is like when I first started, my bike was too heavy for me. And there's nothing more frustrating than thinking you can do something and not be able to do it. But you know what?
I mean, it probably got some kid
Freddie Chulo did make that bike look okay, the camo one.
It got some kid into BMX, but like, it had like the BMX style, but it wasn't a BMX.
Yeah,
bike.
and that's just like, even with the Haros, like the back trails, I remember meeting. I think those were designed by like a road bike guy or a mountain bike guy that worked for Haro.
Yeah.
I mean, you just look at that, and most riders at that time wouldn't have been pushing for that type of bike, you know? Like, people were like, I want to, and it was like the extreme time. Everybody wanted a certain look. Yeah. And we want our bikes to be recognized. It's like Gary Fisher, no one want to recognize that with that Bobo-ass head tube logo, like so.
What's up, Bobo?
Yeah.
But,
is this supposed to be a fish mouth? Like,
I don't know.
I've never understood what it is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Bobo. Oh, this is early.
Yeah, both of these are super early.
I was going to say, do you have a 1-inch STA?
Not right now.
My buddy had one.
Yeah.
I sweated it so hard.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I sweated it so hard. Oh, it's just the Group 1 tie. So if you watch our Frogtown videos, this is the aluminum one.
And it's NOS.
So we ride, my buddy Anthony that works at Cool Stop, he rides the red one of this, the chromoly one.
Okay.
It's a 96. It looks the gold rims. We've changed a few things out on it, he loves it because it almost feels like a modern bike, except I think it's got a 73 head tube. It's just like, but it's like the perfect like Frogtown. I'm not going to trash this bike. It's not like the most, but I didn't know they did an aluminum one. Oh, you got like the Renthal style bars. So that's crazy. NOS. Yeah. You got the Supreme bike.
Yep.
Ooh, I'm going to just touch it. It's so weird. Like when I look at this though, it's weird to me seeing a dirt bike like this. Yeah. With closed stays.
Yeah. If I remember right, Dougie, I think they went back and forth about this.
I'm sure they do. And I'm sure, honestly, for the people buying it, more branding for them is better.
Yep.
That's crazy. I like an open stay.
Yeah.
A lot of people get mad. I like a bullet tip stay too.
Yeah, I like the bullet tip more than like this or
like the solid that I used to ride, like the solid Portlander.
Yeah.
We did bullet tips on that. I like it, but I do like an open stay looks nice. People want to shit on it a little bit, but an open stay looks nice. Hold on, is this the Gary Fish? Nope. That
it's ST500.
yeah.
Yep.
It just with the is that the OG camo?
Yeah. So
I've never seen the OG camo in real life.
So they did. Rick said that they did like 20 or so of these for a shop in New England to imitate Robbo's.
Yeah, Robbie's bike at that time was so awesome.
And they all got, I'm sure they all got spray painted at some point. So.
But when that had the graphics on it, dude.
Yeah. We did. We got.
Was that like Robbo Standard Domination?
Yeah.
Oh.
We had. We ordered a new Trail Boss in the same water camo recently, about a year ago.
The camo looks different than I see it in video or in photos. It almost looks like they took like
a spray paint can,
or they took little like
or a sponge or something.
And sponged it on there. So, all right, what do we got? Some standards. We got a Shaman. I'm gonna say this. So when I was younger, Bobby Fischer's part would come on. He'd be flatlanding, riding street. I was always like, kind of being a little hater, your early 20s. You watch bike videos, you hate on dudes.
Yeah.
I went back, and I'm going to say this. Bobby Fischer's fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
I think Bobby Fischer was seeing something that I wasn't seeing at the time, which, I was in my early 20s. Yeah. We're on different ends of the country. Bobby Fischer's fucking sick.
Yeah.
And this bike, especially with these graphics, this bike is sick.
Yeah.
But
another bike
I don't know. I don't know if Bobby Fischer's selling tires still or whatever.
I don't know.
I know his family owned like a tire store.
Really?
But shout out to Bobby Fischer because damn, that dude was sick.
If you had one person to ride your bike with forever, who would it be?
Who would it be?
Yeah.
I'd probably be John Bristol.
Yeah. All right.
We're assholes to each other and we push each other. He's just been one of my best buds forever, and we always have fun riding together. Yeah. So I'm hoping we can get a couple good vert sessions on my ramp this year.
Sick.
Because he was way better at vert than me.
Yeah.
So what you got? You got a USA made generally?
Yep. But I got two of them, and they're both broken. The orange one, the dude made a hub guard on the back. Welded it to it.
Oh, yeah.
And then also welded a derailleur hanger to it, which I'm guessing maybe a chain tensioner.
Okay.
And then this black one is so broken, there's a piece of rebar.
Oh, I see it.
On the
so
back,
I had an American-made one.
Yeah.
I went from a Homeless Mac 2, and this was my first 1/8" headset bike. And I got that bike because Taj had that photo on the red one, dude, the X up at Woodward. And I was like, I got to have this.
I got to do it.
And I got an American-made one. I got it black. Loved that bike, and I worked at Woodward, and I always rode, the Shimano mountain bike 990s.
Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah.
I have them on a few of my old bikes.
A handful of people I know still ride those too.
Yeah. The thing is the older they get, the more the chattery they get. And Woodward East is so humid, and going down those big hills, I ripped a brake mount off of it.
Oh, really?
So, RIP, and then I sent it in, and then they sent me one of the standard Gusset Taiwan ones.
Yeah.
I was like, get that out of here. I don't want that thing. I don't want that. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's pop over. I'm going to look at, what's that, Nick Long's bike?
Yep.
Let's go look at that. What type of trials bike is that?
Monty.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know really much about it, but our buddy Creston donated it.
My buddy Sean that I was telling you about, he would probably know a lot about it.
Okay.
So.
It's old.
Yeah, it's what, like 80... Actually, that looks like 90s to me.
Yeah, Creston says it's definitely from the early 90s.
Yeah. I mean, the GT ones, GT did those ones, I think, back to 87, 86. So, yeah, they're definitely cool.
It's kind of cool.
Those ones look way cooler than the new Trials bikes. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, might as well go down this whole aisle, too.
Oh, yeah, what do we got? We got a bunch of little...
There's your Liberty pegs.
I pulled out. We were putting together. Did you see that Federal that got ran over?
Yeah.
It sucks because it was fine, and the dude pulled it out of the garage. Was gonna send it to something. I think his wife or his mom ran it over like right when he pulled it out of the garage. But we've got it going pretty good.
Cool.
We have 3 stiffy pegs.
Yeah.
You know the horror.
Yeah.
So do you have one stiffy peg?
I might.
So he has 1 stiffy peg.
We'll add that to the list.
We're trying to get together and actually have a session on that bike.
That would be cool.
I can't believe how strong the back end is. After it'd been ran, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All that big money. My buddy Gail, that works at Gresham Bike, his stem sprocket, his like, it would make yours look bad.
Really?
He has like
every S&M stem.
Dude, he has like it's nuts.
Yeah. Is he that stem collector on Instagram?
His name's Redline Guy on there.
Oh, okay.
So, but he has a bunch.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
This is Matt Behringer's front flip frame.
Oh, cool.
Look how terrible that thing looks.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Poor Behringer. I mean, he was getting paid, but
yeah.
Look at those dropouts.
Yeah, he hacked him off at some point, I guess.
Man.
Poor Behringer for having to ride that.
Poor Behringer.
Yeah.
We got a Brooklyn. This is beautiful. Ooh. That's giving a vibe.
Let's give it a vibe.
It is, dude.
Yeah, and here it is right here.
Who's racing it?
His name's Tim Whiteheart.
Dude, I bet he went fast as fuck, dude. Like, he probably went so fast on this thing. Oh, it's got RevCore hubs and the Snoopy.
And the Snoopy.
I used to rock one on my Wilkerson. I used to rock on my Tough one Garfield.
Oh, really?
I had a Garfield that was holding lasagna.
Yeah.
And I had one in Garfield.
No way, that's awesome.
These hubs, though, if you have a bike from like, late 80s, early 90s. Well, I don't have glasses on. Are they just Boss bars? Or what's that say?
They're pre-Boss, LS.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, LNS Creations. Yep. That's after Boss.
Was it after Boss?
Yeah,
okay.
LNS Creations is after Boss. So I sold my Boss. I had a loop tail 1980 Boss that was mine from being a kid. And I raced it with Frogtown, and I was like, I just passed it on to somebody that would appreciate it. Those cages scare me.
Yeah. Apparently we're not sure what they are, but Brian Strebe said that he thinks they're Paul's parts from Indiana.
Yeah, Brian's brother Adam rode one of those trips.
Yep.
I went to Moscow, Russia with him while he was riding one of those.
Yeah.
He even rocked. Dude, Adam would even rock. He rocked that bike pretty much stock. Those horrible square 2-piece bars they had. So, BMX Museum stickers. Shout out Gary.
Gary. Yep. This is Danny's brother.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's seasoned. And the Rockville. He got the Rockville on.
Yeah.
How far is Rockville from here?
Hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
It's up by DC, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I got some Croupy minis. If you got something you want to trade for them.
Yeah.
Croupy mini cages, but they're like brand new. Oh, I remember you and Moeller talking about that guy. That bike's crazy.
Yeah. It's a weird bike. It's a weird bike. Yep.
Okay, what do we got here?
Here's that's the rear jigs for the little hole shot.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Which is kind of cool.
Who's mirror pads?
They were Kevin Robinson's.
Oh, nice.
And then Jamie Bestwick's sample shoes.
Ooh,
Foster's.
Jamie going with the big E. Damn.
Foster's X Games helmet. Alan Foster's uniform.
Yeah. Who's X Games medals?
Those are Danny's brother's Worlds medals from Brazil.
Brazil. Well, hold on. What year did he race?
87.
Okay, my buddy Tyler. Well, I think it was in Brazil, but it was like early '90s. I think he won 15 Expert when he was on Haro Krupi. I think I could have the years wrong, but I remember we went down there and I was like, "Whoa, you won that!"
Yeah.
Like,
there's my other S&M Cruiser.
nice.
It had 37 coats of paint on it, so we did strip it and repaint it.
You got the titanium.
Yep.
Are these the bars that came from me? You get it from Matt?
No, I got this from Adam Goodnighton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt,
and then he had Dave Mira sign them.
Oh, wow.
When he was a kid.
I remember going to We were just talking about the park. What was Kramer's Park called?
Incline
Club.
Yep.
We went there on a mega tour, Road Fools, and somebody when this came out, this dude had it. Did they do tie forks too?
Yep. And cranks.
He had he had the cranks, everything.
Yeah.
He said the bike was 15 pounds, and I was like, let me ride it. And I get on, start pedaling. He's like, he runs up next to me. He's like, please don't 180 this bike. I was like, okay.
This is Sean Burns' Hollywood Cemetery Gap?
Yep.
That's here in Richmond.
Oh, nice.
We can go see it if you want. But that was the shirt he was wearing.
Okay.
Yeah, he auctioned it off a little while ago. Yeah. And Mikey's #1 production.
I love Mikey.
Yeah.
I got to figure out which ride that photo's in.
Yeah, and then the last 3 bikes are up here.
Let's go look at them.
I guess 4 bikes are up here.
Well, I know 2 of them are rad dudes.
Yeah.
We've got Vic's bike, which looks very uncomfortable to ride. What size top tube is this?
I didn't measure it.
It looks pretty short, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
You got the industry stuff on it. Customizations.
Yeah, to save weight.
Yeah. Then you look at the frame and you're like, well, well I don't know about that. Yeah. These cranks were great. The old 41 thermals. Oh, I forgot Vic always. Dude,
the V brakes.
Dude, him and Brad Blanchard riding those damn GT fuelers got him into V brakes. They rode the fuelers like when they came out, and but are these Odyssey A brakes?
Yeah, the Odyssey A brakes.
Those actually work okay.
They were good brakes, definitely.
One of my buddies still rides one on his Croupie.
Oh, nice.
So,
yeah.
And whose bike?
This is my buddy. He took his life. So the bike's super special to me.
Yeah.
So if anybody's real sad out there, we're here. Hit up your friends.
Yeah, I've had a lot.
Any BMX friends.
I've had a lot of friends do that, and my dad. So, holler at a homie.
Always.
So, what is this? A standard?
Yeah, 250L.
Colors awesome.
Translucent teal. He right before he took his life, he was like, Chad, I want to put front brakes on my bike.
Yeah.
And then
fast pitch.
They were on back order.
Yeah.
From S&M, and then this happened, and then the forks came in like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
And then like a week or so after that, his dad hit me up and was like, hey, I got Steven's bike. I want to give it to you. So and we put front brakes on it for him.
Awesome. That's an awesome bike.
Yeah, and that's his helmet and everything. He wrote me a note.
Awesome.
Yeah. Stephen Bolin, he ruled. So, and then this bike, Peanut, Peyton Rittenauer, she.
Oh yeah. I didn't know her nickname, but yeah.
This was her bike when she was 12.
Awesome. It's funny. Yeah. So this I don't know how old she is now. She's probably about 23
maybe 20,
or so.
Yeah, 23, something like that.
So is this like early 2000s or late 90s?
No, this would definitely be maybe 2003, 2005. It's just the whole. Like it looks old.
It looks old.
Yeah.
Like I saw it from back there and I thought it was an old bike. Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, her dad went out of his way to make everything
forks
chrome.
Are these?
I think they're Supercross.
They have that landing gear vibe. Yeah. But Bill's good at that. Bill's good at like kind of
biting a little bit off of here and there. Yeah, it's cool.
You know what bike everybody'd love to get one? The first pro I ever met was Todd Anderson.
Okay.
Who's extremely underrated. But he rode for Supercross when they first started.
Yeah.
He was their freestyle guy. And I've always wanted to build up his bike, but it's a first-gen Supercross 6-bar, which people would like fist fight in the streets over. But if I ever got one, I'd build up a Todd Anderson bike. You got Nick Long.
Nick Long's Olympic bike and his jersey.
Nice. Nick's a cool dude.
It's a little bit of asphalt on the pedal.
It did. He wrecked it.
He clipped the pedal in the second turn, and then got fourth.
Is this a what hub?
The Stealth.
Stealth. Okay.
Stealth True Precision. Yeah.
I thought it was a Chris King for a second.
Do you remember? I don't know if you remember those games, but he like looped out over the first jump.
I vaguely do. I mean, I was watching.
He blew up this back wheel, and then I guess Dan's paid thousands of dollars to overnight that wheel to him at the Olympics.
It feels weird that you wouldn't honestly bring a whole second bike.
I would think that too. Yeah.
I mean, a second bike just to pull parts. You know, that seems crazy.
But what's funny,
especially with
what's funny though is it's built wrong.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh. Well, they're probably screaming at somebody to rush it. You know, like. But I feel like if you go there, especially with how, I mean, we all know modern race bikes are fairly delicate.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the rear end's so long, it's a whole chain plus 2 links.
What have you measured it ever?
17 and a half.
17 and a half.
Yeah.
Dude, we just measured. Oh, I measured that 91 Haro Sport I had.
Yeah.
So he's like, measure the back end. And I'm like, do. I'm like, it's probably 14.75, 15. Yeah. And it was 15 and a half.
Oh, dang.
And then the top tube was 19 and a quarter. But, I mean, yeah. I think my Wilkerson was 15.75.
Yeah.
I mean, you get used to it, you know.
Yeah.
But this is awesome.
Yep. I'm real stoked to have that here.
Yeah, that's rad.
And the Aiken sign.
Oh, I didn't notice that. There is the Aiken sign. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Did I miss something?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you did.
Yeah,
you missed plenty.
I'm sure I did.
Yeah. But that was awesome.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. I'm sure something will go on tomorrow, but
be on the lookout on Snakebite. I think Shad's going to do something cool.
I mean, I'm just filming a little trip video.
Yeah.
And then I might go through and pull a couple bikes that I just, you know, now they've seen them all, I'll probably pull a couple bikes.
Yeah. These are his favorites or something.
This is the jam.
Yeah.
So, well, cool.
Heck yeah. That's it.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Shad.